Hi guys, Flattmeister here. Got a lot to get through. I go away for a few days. And so much has happened. So I'm gonna quick fire. This video is gonna be bang, 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 quick fire. Okay? Cue montage by taking my pain medication. Alright guys, so much has freaking happened. One of my many great gaming news sources that I like to go to is One Angry Gamer. They do terrific work, they're very ethical, lots of disclosures, lots of ethical reporting. I tell you who's not very good at ethical reporting or disclosures is Polygon. Because apparently, yep, Polygon still continues to use affiliate links without disclosure. Tut tut tut. There's this article on, as I said, One Angry Gamer. So the FTC updated their guidelines following an active campaign by Gamergate back in 2015, as documented over on Kotaku in Action. The update for the guidelines centered around disclosures of paid material, endorsements, advertorials, and affiliate links. Some websites complied, and others have not, namely Polygon. So yeah, they're still using undisclosed affiliate links. Dedicated anons who are still vigilant in uncovering ethical violations from some of the largest gaming websites on the net have discovered that even though the FTC has been adamant about websites adding disclosures to content, not every site is willing to do so. So yeah, tell me about those. Tell me about that ethics in journalism. This is why, you know, when you have people like Anita Sarkeesian and all these gaming news outlets saying Gamergate was a hate campaign, it was a harassment movement, you know, completely mischaracterizing what actually the movement was about. It was gamers who were pissed off because they were attacked by the gaming press. You had all these, you know, the gamers are dead articles all coming out at the same time. This is why this shit is important. People, you know, don't visit these, you know, either visit these sites through archived links. There's a lot of people online that do archived links, but stop visiting these sites because they're not going to change their ways. I think I've said this back in previous videos of mine. Don't visit these sites because they will not change their ways. But if they're doing illegal and dodgy shit, which is what they do, you know, there's people that are there in the Gamergate movement that are, you know, finding this stuff out, you know, and calling this to attention. They need to be held accountable for their shitty behaviour, for their shitty practices, their shitty journalism, if you can even call it that now. In the case of Polygon, articles dating back to November of 2016 reveal that the site has been using Amazon affiliate links in some articles without disclosure. So there's one here about a Corsair Void wireless RGB gaming headset. And then someone has managed to, if you check the links in that article, they direct you to the Amazon pages for those products using the Amazon affiliate tag. Newer articles, such as the one published on August 21st of 2017 by Ben Kujera, entitled HTC Vive VR headset gets $200 price cut, utilize an automated affiliate tag provided by an advertising vendor known as Skimlinks. So it goes into explaining how Skimlinks works, a service that helps online publishers earn money. I'll leave a link. You know, I'm disclosing this link I'll leave a link in the description to this article so you can sort of read it in depth. But basically, blah 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 blah. So yeah, if you check the pages on Polygon where these links appear, there are no disclosures that they are paid affiliate links. Polygon does have an advertising policy on their ethics page, which states our websites may also contain affiliate marketing links, which means we may be paid commission on sales of those products or services we write about. Our editorial content is not influenced by advertisers or affiliate partnerships. According to the FTC guidelines, disclosures are supposed to be made on the pages where affiliate links are used, so it should be at the bottom of the article at least, saying this was a paid promotion or this is an affiliate link. I mean, YouTubers like Monday Matt, shout out to Monday Matt, you know, straight away it goes, click the affiliate link in the description when he does, you know, if it's a sponsored video. You know, YouTubers, they're making these disclosures, so why are fucking game sites not? So yeah, they're supposed to be made on the pages where the affiliate links are used. As noticed on the FTC official website, disclosures should not be hidden behind hyperlinks or buttons. The disclosures we are talking about are brief and there is no reason to hide them behind a hyperlink. God, that was fucking written small, Jesus. Oh, so that's the FTC official website. Right. So yeah, Billy D, the guy that wrote this article on One Angry Gamer. What's up, Billy D? He said, I did attempt to reach out to Polygon's advertising department about the disclosures. I also attempted to reach out to Polygon's editor-in-chief Chris Grant regarding the matter, but he has me blocked on Twitter. He's a verified frickin' journalist, and he's blocked someone because he doesn't agree with the opinions of Billy D. What a dickhead. Chris Grant is the dickhead, not Billy D. You know, I mean, even in Billy D's description, Billy's been wrestling Jimmys for years, covering games, tech, digital trends with the electronics entertainment space. Fuck Polygon. You know, the fact that he has you blocked on Twitter, you know, such professional journalism. Well, the only thing that we can do is, you know, email this proof to the FTC, and hopefully then they take action. Keep pestering the FTC, you know, politely, you know, not in a sort of harassment way. Keep pressuring the FTC, going, look, Polygon, they are not disclosing these articles. Keep pushing, you know, keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on. What next? Next topic. More feminists outed. So, Joss Whedon can't keep it in his pants. He who doth boast his commitment to the feminist cause hath sinned, or hath committed the first sin. So, Joss Whedon, the I'm a feminist. His ex-wife has come out, released a massive essay saying, don't believe his lies. He preaches feminist bullshit, but he's a fucking hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. She's suggesting, and it's certainly pretty much confirmed, really. He has been sleeping with actresses, fans, that's really fucking dodgy, and just cheating on other women in the industry. It's just really funny that someone like Joss Whedon hanging with Anita Sarkeesian going, we're getting offended by stuff. And there's people speculating whether he slept with her to give her money on her Kickstarter. But it's funny that people are throwing him under the bus. The left, the progressive left, eat their own. We've seen it time and time and time and time again. Time and time again, you know. People saying, oh, you're fucking cheating on your wife, you know. And saying things like, his wife in her essay said that Joss would say, oh, these young actresses are young, aggressive, career-driven women. And he goes, but I couldn't help myself. It was like I was a Greek god and all these wonderful women around me. So it does call into question Sarah Michelle Gellar, Charisma Carpenter, I think her name is, Scarlett Johansson, Eliza Dushku. What, did he sleep with all these women? I'll give you more scenes if you sleep with me. Did David Boreanaz have to sleep with Joss to get his Angel side spin-off series? It's just so funny that people that preach, social justice crap end up being, you know, having a few skeletons in their closet. It's really funny. You know, there's people writing, you know, trying to discredit him, going, oh, well, then his movies aren't really feminist. Is that going to affect his career sort of further down the line? Because there was talks, well, there's him finishing off Justice League because Zack Snyder having to leave because of one of his sons died, unfortunately. Joss is picking up the director role in Justice League, and obviously then he was going to do Batgirl. So, you know, is this whole thing going to, you know, affect, you know, down the line as sort of future movies? It's, you know, some of Joss's tweets don't really age very well, do they? Really, it's just funny, really. Oh dear. Well, what have we got next? Here we go. We've got this good old, talking of Anita Sarkeesian. I was talking about Joss Whedon there. Anita Sarkeesian and harassment. Now, usually that name and that word kind of go together. Like, so Kotaku UK more specifically, the journalist Laura Kate Dale was doing a interview with TotalBiscuit, and TotalBiscuit, from my understanding, was quite sympathetic and supportive of biiiiggg. He, you know, he's a big YouTuber, bigger than me. Yeah, he was in defence of biiiiggg and its actual goals. He outright always said, you know, this is not a harassment campaign. This is not a hate movement. This is about having better ethics in journalism, like I just said previously in previous topics. You know, we need better journalism. We deserve better. So anyway, Laura Kate Dale interviewing TotalBiscuit about how to deal with harassment, because he receives harassment. And they're also talking about the tools that are available for people to help moderate some of the noise. So when this article released, SJWs became incensed, and they attacked TotalBiscuit. They harassed him, and they harassed Laura Kate Dale. They went, how dare you! And one of those people was Anita Sarkeesian, because she's the loudest voice, the SJW side. You're how dare you! On the anniversary of Gamergate, the harassment movement. Wah! And then a wave of harassment then enveloped Laura Kate Dale. So much so that she had to temporarily delete her Twitter account to just, you know, to appease these SJWs. Is fucking disgusting. You know, Anita, you're fucking irresponsible, and you're disgusting. You're a disgusting person. Absolutely despicable. You know who else called you despicable and disgusting? TotalBiscuit called you out. Jim Sterling called you out. A lot, even Rhianna Pratchett, I think her name is, the writer of Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider reboot. She called you out on Twitter. But TotalBiscuit, because obviously he was the subject of the article, he called you out the most. He said, I've kept my mouth shut, relatively shut, throughout, because I figured that you'd fade off into obscurity. But enough is enough. Disgusting. He goes, you know, anyone that is against helping to combat harassment is not anti-harassment. And that's exactly that. She wants to be a perpetual victim so she can keep getting that money. TotalBiscuit even calls you out and says, you've exploited this financially, this whole situation, the whole, you know, you've milked the industry for your own personal gain. You're disgusting and despicable.
You're a dick. I don't care. You're a dick, Anita. Everyone knows you're a dick.
He looked into the camera.
That's
harassment.
Do you want to know something? I've spoken to a lot of interesting people recently since I've been here.
Yeah.
A lot of people who know you personally, Anita, and they say everyone hates you because you're a dick.
Oh, this is getting mean.
You incited a fucking mob. And I hate to get into the identity politics side, but I figured, Anita, you're supposed to be progressive, right? Well, Laura Kate Dale is a trans woman. She's a woman. But Anita, you've incited a harassment mob against a marginalised voice, a marginalised person. How very dare you? Ooh. Right. In the aftermath of all this shit, Kotaku UK's managing editor Rich Stanton, who has no fucking backbone, apologises to the SJW masses following their attack on his writer. The apology was posted up on August 17th. He wrote, "Yesterday we published an article which has attracted a great deal of anger, and I wanted to address that as soon as possible. Much of the criticism we received centred on the decision to publish an interview with someone who has been identified with the Gamergate movement on the anniversary of the hateful post that spawned it. This timing was an unfortunate coincidence." He fucking throws his writer under the bus. He throws Laura Kate Dale under the bus. He throws TotalBiscuit under the bus. He goes, "Oh, you're with the hate group." He has no fucking backbone and doesn't stand by Laura Kate Dale's article. Liana Kersner did a video on this because she used to be a freelance journalist for Polygon, or contributor to Polygon. Fucking cancer. And she says that these editors have no fucking backbone. They're ready to just throw their they don't take care of their journalists. They just want bang another article out. They want the clicks. They want the ad revenue. They don't care about any actual quality of article. They don't care about quality articles or quality reporting, ethical reporting. They just want bang the next article out. But he doesn't have the fucking backbone to defend his journalist. You're fucking scum, Rich Stanton. Fuck you. Basically, the interview in question was how up-and-coming content creators can make use of certain tools in order to lessen the amount of hate, abuse and harassment they receive while attempting to publicly produce content. SJWs took offence in the interview because TotalBiscuit at one point supported #Gamergate and its fight for better ethics in media journalism. As some of you may be aware, media journalists painted Gamergate as a harassment campaign, which I just fucking said, in order to deflect from their own wrongdoing, which, like I was saying previously, Joss Whedon, deflect some of their wrongdoing, some of which included illegal behaviour. Many of these instances of wrongdoing have since been catalogued on the site deepfreeze.it. See, it's good people cataloguing this shit so we know. More people deserve to know the shitness that these gaming press journalists and these sites. They're never going to change, but it's better to hold them accountable for their crap. Nevertheless, the media's own boogeyman has come back to bite them in the arse, given that everyone else had an affiliation or association with Gamergate, or the people involved were labelled as hateful, racist, transphobic, misogynist, sexist, racist bastards. Any ists or phobics or isms I missed there? This narrative concocted label extended even to well-known figures such as TotalBiscuit. God. Of course, when Kotaku published the interview with TotalBiscuit, it was seen by SJWs and Anita Sarkeesian, and saw this as consorting with the enemy. She directed her audience after TotalBiscuit and Laura Kate Dale after she saw the article appear on Kotaku UK, and this resulted in a massive wave of attack. So yeah, the latter fired back criticisms on Sarkeesian, saying that she stands shoulder to shoulder with bigots and 4chan trolls. Kotaku's response has been to apologise. Stanton wrote, "That context would be that Bain arguably came to engage with and encourage Gamergate. He has in the past argued that it was not a harassment campaign and not a misogynist movement, an account that any of us working here at Kotaku UK would vehemently dispute from personal experience. It was a mistake not to include this context in the interview, and it was insensitive to those to whom Gamergate and its followers have caused pain. We are always ready to hear criticism from our readers of what we publish here on Kotaku UK, and happy to acknowledge and apologise when we screw up." You didn't screw up. Well, you did, Rich Stanton, for fucking not having a backbone and not standing up for Laura Kate Dale. I find it bitterly ironic that our attempts to shine a light on online harassment have led to this conflagration and the personal targeting of the author Laura Kate Dale. Scare tactics and threats shouldn't be part of anyone's job. Stanton never reproaches Sarkeesian's targeted tweet that led Dale and TotalBiscuit getting harassed. Instead, he sidesteps it to continue the narrative about Gamergate. Laura Kate Dale also commented about the apology, noting that it had nothing to do with harassment received from SJWs on social media, writing on Twitter, "I wish I could have apologised at the time it all went down. To be clear, the apology appearing on Kotaku UK was in no way caused by the harassment of me. This isn't a victory for harassing me." Stanton's lack of acknowledging the harassers, much less even making any condemnation of these acts, seems to stand contrary to claims about Kotaku's stance on harassment. Even without proof of harassment, Gamergate was labelled as a harassment campaign by the media, despite the fact that both the FBI and peer-reviewed report from Wham couldn't find evidence of Gamergate being a harassment campaign. It was the Freedom of Information Act that proved with the getting the FBI reports, and it showed it was just a few bad apples, third-party trolls, sent threats. I've said in my previous videos, I absolutely condemn. I do not condone threats of violence, threats, death threats, rape threats, any threats at all. It's not productive to the dialogue at all. Stop sending abuse and crap and doxing people. Attack people's ideas. Don't attack people. It's not productive to harass people. How many times do I have to say this? Lots. Nevertheless, TotalBiscuit's response was to distance himself from Dale, writing across a number of tweets. Kotaku UK successfully revealed that their concern about harassment only goes as far as until their journalists are harassed, and then they instead of standing up to them, they kneel, beg and plead for mercy and forgiveness. Behold onto media's next dumpster fire. I'd have a case in the UK, pretty easily I reckon. I'm considering it, but I don't think they are worth the time. Those concerned about Laura, I suggested we go separate ways because the circles she moves in will hate her for even knowing me, because apparently she's appeared on his podcast before. I think they disclosed that in the article as well. She disclosed, saying, I've appeared in several of his podcasts. We are having a full and frank discussion now, though. I don't want to lose a friend, but it might be the only way to protect that friend. Don't blame any of this on her. She's a new hire and her boss overrode her. Her boss is a damn coward. People gotta make a living. Essentially, the friendship of TotalBiscuit and Laura Kate Dale must end to appease SJWs. Kotaku UK forfeited any attempts to condemn harassment instigated by Anita and carried out by angry mobs on the SJW side. Worse yet, Kotaku UK's head honcho Rich Stanton apologised on behalf of a writer who was harassed by SJWs, which further enables their disturbed behaviour. What's funny though is the other gaming outlets said gamers harassed Laura Kate Dale, all because they don't want to break the narrative. It was fucking Anita's followers, all of her ilk. They harassed TotalBiscuit and they harassed Laura. You're disgusting, Anita. Absolutely disgusting. Despicable. TotalBiscuit said you're fading into obscurity. Bye, bye, bye. Fuck me. Next topic. Mass Effect. Oh, Mass Effect. My face is tired. This has become a bit of a fucking long-running joke in my videos. My face is tired from dealing with everything. Such comedy gold. Do you like diversity hires or forced diversity hires? Do you like game developers sharing racist anti-white sentiments on their social media? Do you like unappealing and ugly characters? Poorly animated characters? Do you like poorly written story? Do you hate shoehorned in politics from current year, shoehorned into a game that's supposed to be set in the distant future? Do you hate piss poor dialogue? My face is tired. Do you hate piss poor gameplay? Do you hate a piss poor product overall? Well, Mass Effect Andromeda just became a complete social-political hotbed, didn't it? And its sales went... I've said this numerous times before. The final nail in the coffin is that Bioware Montreal, on stage, and they've had the cane. EA's pulled the cane across and they're pulling them off stage. Bioware Montreal. They wrote a statement saying, we're not going to do any single-player DLC. Our last update, 1.10, is the final update. There's not going to be any planned future patches and no DLC. Wah, 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 wah. Especially with the story that apparently had a cliffhanger ending. I've not played Mass Effect. I'm still going to play it in the future. Now that all the patches are in. Apparently that my face is tired from dealing with everything. As apparently she now goes like that. But still the voice is really shit. The line delivery, the writing is still just absolutely rubbish. My face is tired. And the fact that that character is a grammar Nazi, despite what's going on, numerous people have been killed. To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. Oh dear. EA, you knew that your product was absolutely terrible, and yet you didn't rein in your developers. And you have someone like Manveer Hair going, I freaking hate black people. It's like, what the fuck are you trying to alienate, fans? And with the forced diversity hires as well, getting people that are not qualified instead trying to be like progressive, like, oh, make sure we've got enough, like I said in my last video about the Blizzard diversity initiatives. Bioware, went, oh, we've got to make sure that we've hired and we've got enough trans, gay. I'm a liberal person. Of course I believe in, gay rights and everything. But, the fact that Bioware is going, we've got to make sure that we've got to have enough gays, lesbians, trans, black, brown, the list goes on. And, there's people that couldn't code properly. People faffed around on their social media more than actually working and focusing on their game. Like I said in my last video, when you make a big song and dance about identity politics and forced diversity quotas within your company and forced diversity within your characters in your game, you lose focus of your game. Just make a game, be creative, stop trying to shoehorn in politics, social politics, and into games. You can cover social or political issues in games, explore those themes. Don't cram it down, don't shoehorn it in. Get better writers. Oh my god. So apparently Mass Effect is the rest of the story. Young Year. Yeah, he's a YouTuber. I've seen a few of his videos. Cool guy, you should check him out. He's apparently said the rest of the story of the game will be told through comic books. Deary me. Bioware Montreal is now being made as the support team now. They're being made into a support team, a support studio. So what was it? Bioware's got their upcoming game Anthem, which looks cool. Don't kowtow to these fucking SJWs. So yeah, that's that. The final nail in the coffin. Bye bye Mass Effect Andromeda. It was nice knowing you. We'll meet again someday. On to some other gaming news. This pissed me off. I think I tweeted about this. Destiny 2 YouTuber was his video was demonetized because YouTube said it was due to gratuitous violence. So a YouTuber who goes by the handle Mesa Sean, who has 100,000 subscribers, recently caught up in YouTube's algorithm for demonetizing content. So he does a lot of content which centers around Destiny 2, which is coming up. Recent uploads have been hit with demonetization flags, so he reached out to YouTube for an answer. What did YouTube say in response? Because, yeah, Destiny and Destiny 2 is T for teen. In the UK, that's what, a 15, I think? 12, 15? I think it's a 15, yeah. And here's the tweet. It goes, at this point, do I bother at YouTube? Team YouTube? Is Destiny 2 not suitable for advertisers? Team YouTube. Video game violence is usually okay, but gratuitous violence as the focal point is not. More info here. Sean asked if Destiny 2 was suitable for advertisers and YouTube support, saying that it was flagged for gratuitous content. Others responded by pointing out to YouTube that both Destiny games are rated teen and have no gratuitous violence. That's not to mention that games like Doom, Metro Last Light and even GTA 5 can still be monetized, yeah, even though they are rated M for mature and contain gratuitous violence. Well, then I saw on Twitter there was a promoted tweet by, I think it was Virgin Media, and it was saying Destiny 2, woo! And so I tweeted, I said to at Team YouTube, I said, so how come you can monetize from Bungie's channel? How come you can allow them to monetize advertising Destiny 2, a video of their advert or their commercial, and yet you demonetize a YouTuber who's actually playing the game or playing the beta? I think, yeah, it's the beta. So after people pointed out that it's a T for teen game, doesn't have gratuitous violence, even Sean sardonically pointed out that the game is about shooting aliens, not humans. Nevertheless, YouTube had spoken, and their word was apparently law. I am the law!
It's impossible! I don't know the law! I am the law!
So yeah, YouTube is going on this whole fucking shadow banning, this new AI learning machine, demonetization effort. It's almost like, what was it, Harmful Opinions, and he said about the whole Candid app and the skeptical about the whole Candid app, and he said surely this learning AI the technology can be sold off to other social media companies. This AI is learning what hateful speech is, and then they can implement that on whatever social other media platforms. It seems like he's kind of on the nose with that. Oh, but then he's apparently been permanently banned from Twitter. Harmful Opinions, as well as Sargon. Ugh, well, I'm not even going to get into that. And Sargon's been sued apparently for breaching copyright infringement, even though really I think his video comes under fair use. of what he used. So yeah, YouTube is being really stupid. That like they're even demonetizing people that are even doing just like test videos with no swearing in their titles, description, tags, or in the video itself. It's just a test, and it automatically goes demonetized. The Rageaholic, Razorpist, he did a video in which he tested it. He refreshed 50 minutes later that test video, and he's just talking gibberish. Talking gibberish, right? No curse words in the tags, description, titles, blah blah blah. Gets automatically demonetized. So he went, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on a blacklist. The demonetization blacklist. YouTube are trying to wipe out the big channels first, onto the smaller channels. So they want to make way for the mainstream media. These companies are getting completely out of hand. They're breaching they're violating people's human rights in free speech. It's disgusting. I mean, the fact that YouTube also they preemptively censored and blocked. It was for a live stream, an interview with James Desborough, Inside Gamergate. He's the author of the book Inside Gamergate, and that live stream preemptively was censored. It was preemptively banned. Oh, you violated! You get a strike on. They gave the guy a strike on his channel, and he's like, YouTube, the live stream hasn't actually happened yet. What the fuck? Let's get on to more gaming news. Some more good news, yeah? We've got the bad shit out of the way, yeah? Do you want the good or the bad? I'll give you some bad first, and then I'll finish off with some goodness. So, with some bad, Strangers in a Strange Land removed from Steam for being porn. Do you remember my last video about I had 2 videos about House Party because it was pornographic apparently. Boobs! Not boobs! With House Party, it got pulled, and then the developer had to self-censor, but released a patch on his website which had all the uncensored content put back in. So apparently Strangers in a Strange Land is a sort of a 3D point-and-click adventure game with animated adult scenes. What's wrong with sex in a game? Okay, what is wrong with that? And like I said, with Lady Killer in a Bind, which was made by a trans developer, and it had rape scenes in it, and that game was fine. The mainstream gaming press from Polygon and Kotaku, because they're all chummy and friends with the developer, and because that developer chose the same lines, that game was allowed uncensored on Steam. And people even said to Steam, hello Valve, Steam, what's up with the double standards? And again, people made a concerted effort. These groups, these offended groups from the left and the right, the SJWs and the Think of the Children conservative, Christian conservative parent associations. This isn't a fucking child's game. It's supposed to be for adults. Don't you get it? The lead developer on the project made a Steam thread on the forums explaining the situation. So Steam removed the game on accusations that the game is porn. I am in communication with them, hoping to find a solution. Thank you all for your support. Those of you who have the game will still enjoy it. Whoa. Okay. It's got sex and nudity in it. The game is currently no longer on the store, but a cache version on the store page doesn't reveal to what extent sex and nudity play a part in the game. In a separate thread, one user going by the handle of Hanny exclaimed that the game promoted incest and disturbing sexual content, and that it was denigrating towards women. And yet books and then the movie of, say, 50 Shades of Grey is lauded by and adored by women. Fucking double standard there. That's okay. It was the movie was the game. Fuck me. The book was made by a woman. It's okay. The movie was made by a woman. Steam, stop fucking listening to these groups. Like I said in my last House Party video, these people are not going to bring. If you kowtow to them, if you bow down and keel to them and appease them, they're not bringing you any money. Steam, Valve, you are a company. You're a business at the end of the day. You are here to make money from gamers who actually pay you money. These people are not bringing you any money. And if you were to ignore them and they were to go, oh my god, Steam is listening to us, that's not costing you any money. Because guess what? They still do not have any interest in buying any games from your establishment. Don't listen to them. I mean, even in the article here, it says about a similar situation unfolded, like I said, House Party. So depending on the content, developer of Strangers in a Strange Land may also have to remove or self-censor content for it to be able to be restored onto Steam. So like I said, Steam, stop freaking listening to these people. So on to another bit of meh noise. Detroit Become Human. It's made by Quantic Dream and David Cage. Was it, if you've ever played Indigo Prophecy, or in the UK it was called Fahrenheit. There was also Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Comes the next in the interactive movie game. It's set to be a really looks really cool from what they've shown at previous E3s this year and the year before. See, Detroit Become Human. Oh, it's a PS4 exclusive. So David Cage recently talked to the official PlayStation magazine about the upcoming title and some of the things that they didn't want to add because they could be interpreted wrongly. So the article says, Detroit Become Human avoided current events because it's still just a game. Exactly, a game can just be a game. It doesn't have to, reflect anything that's going on in the current political times. Like when people got mad at Square Enix and Eidos Montreal for Deus Ex Mankind and the poster of Og Lives Matter. My appropriation of my organisation. Surely, art reflects life, Art wants to, take, inspiration from current events. So I picked up specific quotes from the article, from the interview where Cage told OPM, honestly, I cancelled a couple of scenes where I felt the meaning could be interpreted wrong. It was a very interesting thing for me because it made me realise that with Detroit Become Human, that we are dealing with very meaningful things and that you need to be careful and be respectful and pay attention to what you have to say. And that was scary, but at the same time, once the fear has gone, you say, wait a second, I'm working on a game. It's meaningful. It's important. It has something to say. It needs to be respectful. I need to pay attention to everything. But at the same time, I'm talking about something. You can't exactly... He's afraid of people harassing and threatening him, going, how dare you, you insensitive bastard. Yes, obviously, artists should be able to create what they want. Obviously, it's nice to at least acknowledge, to be sensitive around certain current events, if there's current events. But overall, I think an artist or a creator or a developer should be able to make what they want. Detroit Become Human has already received some criticisms after the latest trailer aired during E3 this year, which some felt was mimicking talking points from Black Lives Matter. Others have criticised Detroit Become Human for not being a real game. It's it's exactly like Telltale games. They are an interactive story. When people say isn't a real game, that's kind of diminishing the hard work of people. They're interactive. It's a different. It's a point and click adventure, or use the controller, but it's very much a decision, time sensitive, decision based, dialogue, multi-branching storyline with action packed sequences, much like the Telltale games, which are universally loved. But I can't wait for Season 2 of Tales of the Borderlands. Season 2, please. I want to play a game to have fun, but also be immersed in a world, be immersed in a story. It's not just the gameplay that matters. All gamers are different. Some people like just bang, just switch your head off, mindlessly shoot people. Some people like a sports game, bang, just... Some people like to really get immersed in a story. Get immersed in a world. Magical worlds. So it annoys me when people say, it isn't a real game. You're diminishing the hard work of people. For Cage, he explains that some of the content was a little too serious for the upcoming title, and that some of the controversial current events taking place in the world were topics they didn't want to use in the game, where he says, for me, there was no way I wanted to use existing issues in a game that is still entertainment. No matter how much passion and honesty we put into it, it's still just a game. There are some very serious things happening, and we didn't want to use them, so we had many conversations about that. I mean, hell, there was fucking movies that came out about 5 or 10 years, or yeah, just under 10 years, yeah, about 5 years after 9/11. There was movies made about 9/11, about the firemen that went into the Twin Towers, and you know, when the buildings collapsed on them, and they were survived. You know, their sort of heroic survival, being buried alive, and eventually getting pulled to safety. I mean, there was a movie about the pilot that safely landed the plane in the Hudson River in New York. You know, that movie, what was about a year or so ago, and that event happened. I can't remember how many years ago it happened, but you know, it wasn't that long ago. Like, how much time has to go before you can make a game that covers the topics that are regarding real life events? You know, how long before Schindler's List was able to be made? There isn't a lot of positive hype for Detroit Become Human. Well, I'm hyped for it. I've always liked Quantic Dream ever since Fahrenheit. And it's definitely something that is likely to worry Quantic Dream, given that sales will definitely be limited as a single platform exclusive. Yeah, I think that's what the problem that happened with Beyond Two Souls, with it only being on the PS3 then PS4. You've got to have it on more than one platform. Otherwise, how do you expect, how do you expect your game to succeed? A lot of games have been pursuing SJW or social justice issues or current day political events haven't fared so great on the marketplace. Many of them also diving deep into social political talking points popular within liberal academic circles have also fallen short of sales expectations, and so no one must consider if Cage is aware of the current marketplace climate and if they'll be making any adjustments to avoid falling into the same pit as others. Like I said, you can, developers, creators, artists, writers, explore social issues or political issues, but don't shoehorn it in as in telling the gamer this is the way you should think. An artist should present a bunch of ideas and allow a player to decide for themselves or to explore those ideas themselves. Like with games that give you not necessarily a black or white, good or bad way of playing the game, have morally ambiguous, being able to play as a morally ambiguous character, which is popular within a lot of RPGs. I think I said that in one of my last videos with Jonathan McIntosh complaining to Elias Tufexis saying, Deus Ex Mankind Divided should have only one way, the right way. You should be telling players what's the good way to play, the only way to play this game. No, you should be able to play whatever way you want. That's why it gives a player a more sense of freedom. When you give them more branching storyways, multiple endings, multiple ways of playing the game, multiple outcomes in the story, that's what makes a fun game. No one wants to be. Imagine it. Imagine if at the end of the new Doom, and a demon comes out and goes, what was that Penny Arcade comic about giving out free review copies? And they said, the games, it didn't want people to talk about talking points about fracking or something. It's really stupid. Detroit Become Human. Well, I wish you the best of luck. On to the next story. Here's the good ones. Here's the good news. You may remember my video about one of my favourite upcoming games to look forward to. Well, it seems Scorn is going to have a new trailer dropping soon on their official website updated. Scorn is a game made by Ebb Software. It's this weird sort of twisted biomechanical type world. It reminds me of the artwork of H.R. Geiger. It's a freaking weird, atmospheric looking game. So hopefully we'll get some more gameplay, some more world building, some more info about the world. So yeah, check out Scorn and check out Ebb Software, their website.
How about new?
Oh, this game just looks freaking awesome. Furthermore, some artwork of a dilapidated, overweight thing has had its internal viscera falling out of it. Oh, that looks freaking weird. I mean, honestly, this game just looks awesome. I cannot wait for when this comes out. Oh, here we go. There's a bit in the article. The only thing that we know about this game so far is that it will be broken down into 2 parts. There will be no DLC. It's going to be a first-person horror adventure game with puzzles. Weapons will be in the game that have switchable parts, and that it won't be a walking simulator or a hide-and-seek game. That always gets me, that walking simulator or a hide-and-seek game. So I think, obviously, the popularity of games like Amnesia and Outlast, when they came out, were popularised by PewDiePie and Markiplier, sort of other big YouTubers like that. And then sort of other indie developers tried to make, hide and seek games. A game needs to be, I know obviously with indie developers they're, financially limited. They're not a big studios. I mean, Alien Isolation, I wouldn't call that a hide and seek game. That was a very atmospheric game that just kept you on your toes the whole time. Oh, that was awesome. Guys, I promise you, when I've got my new computer, I'm gonna save up for a new computer. I'm hoping to do some Let's Play. That's my hope for the future. I'll do some Let's Plays. I'll do a Let's Play of Alien Isolation for you. Check out Scorn, check out their website.
How about new?
The game looks freaking awesome. More good news. I saw this. Mother Gunship, it's called. It's a sci-fi first-person shooter. There was one trailer. Is it called Join the Resistance? The Resistance trailer. It's almost like Starship Troopers. Like the propaganda.
Every day, federal scientists are looking for new ways to kill bugs.
Your basic arachnid warrior isn't too smart, but you can blow off a limb. It's still 86% combat effective. Here's a tip. Aim for the nerve stem and put it down for good.
Would you like to know more?
Kick the bugs where it hurts. But you can literally create 16-barrel shotguns, and it's in the trailer. It demonstrates there's a rocket launcher that covers the entire screen. It's really minuscule little details. You can go a rocket launcher that takes up the entire screen.
Calling all men, women, canines, and tree frogs. Join the resistance. Your planet needs you. Escape the clutches of the alien robot invaders. See interesting places. Meet the local wildlife. And kill them. In up-to-date weaponry. Or build your own.
Joining the resistance has made me the man I am today. Before, I was just a frog, stuck in a glass jar in a pet store in Pittsburgh. Now, I lead a team.
The trailer, it reminds me of Bulletstorm. It's just a run and gun, ba 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 ba. It's just a bullet hell shooting experience, and you go up against massive ass bosses. The game looks pretty fucking cool. So it's due for release on PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. we'll find out more. So yeah, that game looks freaking awesome. Other cool trailers came out. Jurassic World Evolution coming out on Xbox One, PC and PS4 in the summer of 2018, which will hopefully coincide with when Jurassic World 2 comes out. So this Jurassic World Evolution is made by Frontier Developments, who apparently worked on Zoo Tycoon. So some people are saying that Zoo Tycoon game was pretty restrictive. It didn't give much freedom to the gamer. Like there was caps on how many exhibits you could create, things like that. So yeah, it seems pretty cool, sort of running your own Jurassic World theme park. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Control, we're at the fence. Almost ready to re-engage power. Hey! Over here!
So yeah, it's going to be, I look forward to that. So that's cool. Should check out the trailer for Jurassic World. Some final news. Injustice 2. I need to play the first one. But yeah, this Injustice 2, they've announced a new, a second major DLC pack. And guess which character? There's a trailer out for these, for the second pack. We're going to have Black Manta. We're going to have Raiden, the Elder God of Lightning, from Mortal Kombat, because NetherRealm obviously worked on Mortal Kombat, and they think they had Scorpion as a bonus character in Injustice 1, and then they had Sub-Zero, I think, in the first DLC pack. So he came with Red Hood, Sub-Zero, and there was another character, and I can't remember. Oh, Starfire. Was it Starfire? Yeah. So here you've got, in this second pack, so we've got Black Manta, we've got Raiden, and we've got Hellboy. Thing is, Hellboy, like, he looks like a bit like he looks like his comic book iteration, like his appearance. He doesn't look like the sort of photorealistic appearance of like the Injustice characters. It's a bit weird. But I'm looking forward to what their super moves, are. So that looks pretty cool. But yeah, check out the trailer to that, because that looks awesome. Now they're on there, you bang, you're just on top of it. See, some people are saying, oh, we're going to have Hellboy versus Spawn. So whether a third DLC pack will come out and you'll have Spawn. So for anyone who purchased the season pass, you're going to get your fighter pack too. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. So that's all the news for the week. Sorry for, what was it? I think it's been a week now since I last uploaded. I apologise for that. Guys, I'm Flattmeister. I'll catch you in the next video.
Your soul is mine. Fate